lack of sleep the entire day.
Move it! We have a job!
Coming, sir. Get back here!
Go around!
What the? Listen, vampire. There are 2 roads open before you. First, obey Special Forces Unit 16.
Great. This man isn't a vampire.
Interesting turn. The perpetrator was a human. Good thing you didn't kill him.
Yes, sir. The man was acting as a courier delivering Askra.
This substance?
Seems he makes a living transporting criminal goods. Pickups and drop-offs are at designated meeting points. He doesn't appear to know the slightest thing about Askra, though. I've assigned Code Zero to investigate the matter further.
Where was he set to deliver this last shipment?
Unfortunately, we captured him before he was informed where the merchandise was to be taken.
Sounds to me as though it would have been wise of you to follow him longer then.
Apologies, sir.
Your subordinate who was killed in action. His name was Moriyama, was it?
That's right.
We lost another young man. A family is left behind to grieve. It's frustrating.
I regret his death as well.
In my service, I've had to say goodbye to many promising soldiers on the battlefield. My great hope is that I never lose anybody else. That's why we must perfect our vampire units as soon as possible.
I completely agree with you, sir. I'll return to the scene and search for more clues right away.
No. I have a request for you.
How can I help?
Tomorrow morning, I'm meeting with the Army's top officials. I'd like you to accompany me.
But why me, may I ask?
Ah, lovely. You managed to find someone running shipments.
The problem is that vial is the only thing we have in terms of leads.
Have you examined the contents, Mr. Takeuchi?
Yes, the liquid contains the V virus.
You fool, that's classified intel!
Oh, who cares, Yamagami? We're in a quid pro quo relationship with Tin Manya here, so we gotta give something.
By the way, I've been meaning to mention it. Your sunscreen was well received by our female customers and sold well. Isn't that right, head clerk?
You've been providing him with products on the sly?
Pharmaceutical development was my career before I grew fangs. Honestly, my work with Code Zero is more of a side gig to that.
I've actually been meaning to ask you how you ended up becoming a vampire.
Oh, you know, freak lab accident. The Army hired the company I worked for to study vampire blood, and while I was working one day, right in the eye.
Geez, that's some pretty terrible luck.
You have my condolences.
Why the glum faces? I couldn't be happier about my newfound longevity. Now this oversized brain of mine will never grow old. I can try to decode the mysteries of our universe until it no longer exists. It's the price I paid to obtain wisdom, like Odin sacrificing himself for knowledge.
He's a vampire, yes, but first and foremost, he is a dedicated intellectual. He's somewhat different from those of you devoted to the military.
Different is an understatement. And what about Suwa?
It's not my place to say how he feels about his life or lack thereof. That being said, our little masked warrior Suwa has walked this cruel world as a vampire longer than any of the rest of us have.
How long?
If what I've heard is true, since before the Edo period.
He turned that long ago and survived?
Perhaps now you see why middlemen like us are necessary.
Not so much.
Head clerk,
What's that?
these are registration papers we've prepared. We live in a society where you can find out who someone is and where they're from fairly easily. But government registration puts vampires in a difficult position.
Because if someone reports, I think my neighbor's a vampire, and said neighbor can't prove who they are, they'll get dragged into the sunlight and poof, the dead die a second time.
You see, vampires are weak. Their fear is constant. That's why people like us come to their aid. Isn't that right, head clerk?
Like they say, ah, frailty, thy name is vampire. That's the line, right? Oh, by the way, your families have been sent notices reporting your untimely
A
death.
timely what?
They'll survive, but do everybody a favor and try not to bump into anyone you know, because that'd be a real hassle to explain. Act like proper vampires.
Western, yes. That's a genre type.
like romance.
I guess Western things just don't sit right with me.
Hot dog, the covered wagon! A special showing, but it's sold out. Rats. I really want to go if Ryu was narrating. Excuse me, who's narrating the movie today, do you know? What's that? Why was that fella wearing a weird mask? Suspicious. He could be up to something scandalous. Oh, there you are. Where have you been lollygagging, defraud?
You were the one who suddenly ran off, miss.
What is a monster like that doing here? This is not good.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'm a sucker for the pictures.
If Tomoko saw me, she'd wail. It'd be such a scene.
Who's Tomiko? Somebody you used to know?
My wife, you idiot.
Hold on, you were married, Yamagami?
Why do you sound so surprised, kid?
I apologize. I wonder, are we really so different from these people? Chinese lanterns?
Day of 46,000 blessings.
What's that?
A Sensoji Temple Festival. It's fairly common. Happens when there are festival days on July 9th or 10th. Supposedly it grants you 46,000 days of blessings.
Okay, but what does that have to do with the plants?
It's said the fruit cures disease if you swallow it whole, with water, of course. That tradition got folded in with the festival, which is how the Hozuki Ichi Fair started. Tomiko and I came like clockwork every year.
Oh, wow. Do you suppose that means she might be here right now carrying on the tradition without you?
If so, she's getting ready to release a lantern for Bun.
It sounds lonely if you ask me.
It's a shame. I wanted to at least say goodbye and wish her well.
Oh, it's you.
You almost slit my throat!
Why are you drawing a weapon against your comrade?
There's a danger among us. I'll tell you the rest at HQ.
You have a vampire sighting to report?
Yes, he was in front of the theater in District 6. Blonde, looks like a kid. He was meeting a woman.
A fair-haired boy.
What was his name?
Does that mean there are vampire children?
I know of a few cases that have been written about. Technically, Suwa would fall into that group since he's a forever minor.
He was younger than me, and clearly above my rank. Maybe even higher than the new guy.
Yikes, if that's really the case, then it means we're dealing with an S-class vampire. Not exactly a comforting thought.
Any information on the girl he was with?
Could be that she was just his dinner.
I don't know anything else.
Poor thing might be dead by now.
Oops. Looks like the sun's about to peek over the horizon. Let's continue the investigation after nightfall.
I'm going out.
What, alone?
Lieutenant General Nakajima ordered me to attend a military conference.
You haven't slept, right? You need to rest.
I'll be fine, but make sure that you all get some sleep. It's a new day, and these are human hours.
Most citizens are treating the human combustion case at Tokyo Station as a joke, but in truth, that was a vampire who escaped your custody at Tsukishima. Am I wrong, Nakajima?
You don't appreciate the severity of this failure. Such negligence.
Vampire units are meant to be the cornerstone of our military. The force that causes the other major powers to tremble. If this ineptitude continues, the Navy will get all the glory and we'll be an afterthought.
We need measurable results. Have you perfected the vampire units yet?
Nakajima, how long has it been since you first proposed the use of these special soldiers?
It's been my focus for 20 years.
And what progress have you made?
Special Forces Unit 16 is thriving. There are 80 members in all.
Of course, but how many aren't human?
I command 4 vampires reserved for special missions. They're highly skilled.
Surely you jest. After 20 years, you've cobbled together a mere handful of blood-drinking recruits?
Human bodies that can survive the transformation are in short supply. One of the 4 is an A-class, making him exponentially more useful than a common man. He's the first of his kind ever confirmed in Japan. A unit led by such might would be more than equal to a regular army platoon. You must put things into perspective, gentlemen.
This is modern warfare, and military strength is measured in weapons, not soldiers.
Now, Lieutenant General Nakajima is a hero who returned to the battlefield for just one of his men. He values men. I respect that.
Focus, please. Can you defeat England's rumored vampire forces with your own units?
In due time.
That's not good enough.
Vampires burn up in sunlight, do they not? Why don't we just surround enemy vamps in the night and drag them out in the morning when the dawn breaks?
Exactly.
Definitely humanize. Right.
I'll be frank. Criticism of Code Zero is intensifying rapidly among the higher-ups.
That much I had gathered.
Why not consider using their vampire abilities for covert intelligence operations? I hear that's what the English do to great success.
That would defeat the point. When the units I envision are perfected, our army will be reborn. It will stand as the strongest force on the planet.
It's not just the military that you have to worry about. The ministers have backers with a variety of interests. Act humbly and bide your time. I'll work something out for you. Just like I arranged for that vampire from England. Fear not.
I keep thinking of bullets.
I'm not sure I follow you.
They've spent their careers bickering behind desks, not knowing what it's like to have bullets whistle past their ears.
Where's my dad?
I've no idea. He hasn't returned from the conference yet.
That fool works nonstop. You sure he's not a vampire? When does he sleep?
I'm certain he'll burn out. It can't be helped. But more importantly, we're free to do as we please tonight.
A special forces unit needs its discipline. What's wrong with this place?
What are you going on about? It's not like they can hold any of us to human standards. We're dead. So the least we can do is try to live a little, right?
Will you quit pointing that out? It's depressing.
Come on, give in and accept it already.
I'm not like you. Kurusu and I only just died. Please, it's our first bond dead.
You're just being stubborn.
And you are a bastard.
Yamagami, it's important!
What's going on?
I had a great idea.
Investing in material goods and weapons is a better use of our coffers than funding spies who only work at night.
Excellent point.
No need to convince me.
You say it's a great idea, but I'm fairly certain this plan of yours is nothing more than a fantasy.
Will you please stop worrying? We just need to use our powers is all.
What's the matter, kids?
See?
We're not supposed to do that in view of the public, you damn dolt.
Yeah, but if we move really fast, people will just think we're spirits, which now that I say it, makes sense given that we are technically dead.
Well, you do have a point there, kid. I wonder if I can pull this off. Tomiko!
Wow, she came to release a lantern.
Yeah.
Let's go after her.
Wait, not so fast.
I hear some nations have reinstated submarine development.
A bold move, I'd say, since public opinion these days is all for military reduction. They have no idea how much we do in the national interest. Modern warfare is a power.
Those who have only made war on paper do not understand what it's like. Their front line is the political stage. They don't fear being shot or blown to pieces by shrapnel. They fear the public opinion and the assault of civilians clamoring for peace. No matter what they said, I don't believe I made the wrong decision. I can't save a country if I can't even save one man. I'm sick of seeing young soldiers being wounded or killed in their prime. I must see the vampire unit plan through to the end, for the sake of my comrades who were sacrificed on the battlefield. Even if it means selling my soul to the devil. Code Zero is the key. The new A-Class, Lieutenant Kurusu, is our strongest homegrown vampire. I want you to get him ready for action.
I will. I promise you, sir. I am fully prepared to devote myself to completing the plan that you have envisioned.
I'm counting on you.
Colonel Maida, we've learned of the package's destination.
Which was?
Yoshiwara.
Sir?
Go, immediately.
I won't fail.
It vanishes with each step we take. How sad this dream within a dream. What's this?
There she is.
Now's your chance. Don't hesitate.
Do you really think we could pull this off?
Leave it to me. Now, here we go.
My dearest.
My love.
Have you come from the afterlife to visit me?
Yes. Apologies.
Seeing you again. The joy I feel seems to me profound, like dreaming a dream from which I'll never wake.
Be this a dream, then we are ephemeral. But we may speak and do as we please in this brief time.
Who's there right now?
Code Zero's Lieutenant Suwa.
And where's Kurisu?
I'm told he's on patrol.
Once I'm out, go back to base. Sound a type I alert. I don't want any vampire entering or leaving the scene.
Yes, sir. Colonel?
It's nothing. My hand slipped.
So, what happened to my harpsichord?
I clean it every day, of course.
And my rosewood armchair?
It's a great comfort to me when I'm knitting.
I see. If you ever need money, sell my belongings. Don't keep them around to remember me by. Take care of yourself. Your future is what's most important.
I like seeing your things around.
Well, if that's the case. You know what? You should remarry, too. I know more often than not I was hopeless as a husband. But know this. There was never a day that I didn't wish for your happiness. So please just...
Black kites and sparrows, herons, and even the crows. What wonder is it if two birds of a like kind should choose to flock together?
My Tomiko.
That's exactly right. I'll always be your Tomiko. Please come visit me again sometime. Until the day I join you.
Sure. I swear, dear.
Were you able to say a proper goodbye?
I'll be asking for your help again next year.
Happy to lend a hand.
The person for whom I had waited anxiously for had finally come to me. What can there be to regret in a meeting such as this?
I'll see you next year.
Sometimes it feels like there's nothing. Is that a protocol? Whatever happened to our dreams? Are we too far gone? I wanna scream against the noise, but what's the point? No one is listening. I wanna scream against the noise, but what's the point? No one is listening. And when the light falls upon, I just can't ignore the urge. Don't wanna hurt you, my love. when the night falls upon, I just can't ignore the urge. Don't wanna hurt you, my love, but my heart can feel the surge. The more you feel left, the more I wanna bite. I am lost inside of the night, so leave me here where I belong, all on my own, on my own.
There were no signs of whoever drained her when I arrived. But if they're still around...
Then our search begins.